What's up guys, welcome back to JodabeniTV. Today's another amazing day to get after it. And we're gonna be better today than we were yesterday. And for today's video, I'm gonna be showing you guys a note that I had made, pretty much a setup plan for me to sign professionally right when I was leaving my high school.
Oh babe, you might just make me go crazy. Thinking about you like all day. I'ma need you like always. How'd I get messed up like this? How'd I get stressed out like this? Baby come back, that's my wish. I could put ice on your wrist.
Welcome back to everybody that's already subscribed. And if you're new to the channel, my name is Jodabeni. And pretty much I made JodabeniTV as, you know, a YouTube channel to follow my journey as I head towards signing a professional contract. Now, earlier on today, I was going through my phone and then I landed on one of my old notes that I had made. And I started soccer in 2013 and then I graduated in 2015. And at this point, I already fell in love with the sport and I had decided to myself that, okay, this is something that I want to do in the future. I want to sign professionally. And, you know, as a high schooler, I didn't know much about the whole soccer world. Starting in 10th grade, everybody already knew things, how you have to go through youth academy, build up. I had no idea how to do any of this. So I pretty much just had to do what I thought was right. So what I ended up doing was I sat down and I wrote down a plan for myself on how I can sign professionally. You know, you've heard of the term, most people don't plan to fail, they just fail to plan. And let me show you guys the plan that I made. And as you can see at the top of it, I haven't edited it or touched it or anything. At the top of it, it says 2015. So I made this back July 2015, right after graduation, because we graduated in June and this was in July. And I was trying to figure out, okay, I finished high school, now what am I going to do? So at the top it says, plan for Jodabeni to become pro soccer player. Okay, number one, put God first in life. I don't know why I put four. I know I was saying first in life to lead me to greatness in what I love. And I'm talking about soccer, obviously. So that was number one on my plate. Number two, I had to figure out what I need to do to be able to play at the highest level. And in here, I was aiming for MLS. So for number two, get as much training as much as possible. Work on juggling, over 200 juggles a day. And at this time, my maximum juggles was like 50 or 150. It was around there. So my goal was trying to hit 200 every day, and so it can build up my controlled juggling. Number two, work on dribbling. I sucked at dribbling. I wanted to get better at it. Shooting, pacing, crossing, placement. All of these things are things people learn as beginners in the game. And 2 years in, I'm still considered a beginner. And I knew if I wanted to play the highest level, this was very vital for me to, you know, tone into myself. And then number three, after working on that, my goal was to join a soccer club to increase my skills and higher level of play. What ended up happening is I ended up finding Houston FC in this period of process. And four, I had focused on transitioning from an amazing defender to an amazing striker. So whenever I first started soccer in high school, I was a defensive mid because I couldn't control the ball, I couldn't shoot, I couldn't do anything, but I could run and work hard. So the coach had to put me there to chase any forwards down and just pressure them, try to win it. And if I can hold them down, the other team can help me win it. And that's where I was really effective in the game. But I wanted to play forward because I enjoyed it. I was faster than a lot of players and I just didn't know how to finish and everything else that comes with being a forward. So after I focused on transitioning from a defensive to a forward, my goal was to, for number five, score many goals in Dutch Lions or Montgomery Lone Star soccer team. So after my high school, there's a local community college called Lone Star. They also had a soccer team. The Montgomery campus was not worth it. They had girls playing with us, so as you can tell, the level was completely not good. And on the other side, there was the Dutch Lions that was also in Spring, Texas. And the Dutch Lions, I believe they're an NPSL team, but I never actually had the chance or opportunity to try out with them. So that couldn't happen. And then number six was to try out for Houston Dynamo open trials and make the roster. But Only if Dynamo trials do not succeed, proceed on to the next level of education. Post videos online for recruitment, because I knew nobody, but I had to make videos so that other coaches can see me. Receive a full ride to a NCAA D1 college and stand out on the field, stay on top of my grades, provide great tremendous support to lead my team to many victories, and finally commit to an MLS team. All of this is from July 14, 2015. Me sitting down and planning out and saying, okay, how can I make this possible? Signing a professional contract is not easy, and it's also not impossible. But if you can create a plan, you're already 50% there. From this plan that I made right after graduating high school, the only thing that I wasn't able to do was play with Dutch Lions and sign a MLS contract as of right now. So, but whenever I play with the Dutch Lions, they were an NPSL team. But I ended up joining Houston FC, which is a USL League 2 team. And honestly, they're in the same bracket. The only difference is that NPSL, some of those teams pay their players. But the USL portion, they have Division 1 players, Division 2, Division 3, all those kids coming together on teams to play. And I ended up joining Houston FC. So indirectly, I was still in the same tier level as Houston Dutch Lions. And I had no idea that I would be on a Division 1 team. But I knew what it took. I knew what I had to do to be able to play the Division 1 team. So even though I joined Houston FC, I kept putting in the work. What I have listed there, I kept working on these little things every single day. Even though when I first joined Houston FC, I didn't get no minutes on the field. I just showed up to training. I loved it. I came the next day. I loved it. I'd get yelled at when I messed up and stuff, but I loved it. I loved getting better. I love coming back a week or a month or several months later and you're playing different. Everything's becoming easier. I love that feeling. And I kept pushing. Did I know that I was gonna play Division 1? No. I wrote it down. It was something that I manifested in my mind, and I was trusting that God was going to help me through this whole process. I ended up going to Houston Dynamo Open Trials. I made it to the last day, the very last day, the third day, and I didn't make it. So as I wrote down here, I said, only if Dynamo trials do not succeed, proceed on to the next level of education. Because I'll tell you something, I hate school. Just the thought of being in class, learning, oh man, it gets under my skin. I'm the type of person where if you want me to be a mechanic, if you want me to be an engineer, put me there on the job site. Let me learn while you work, and I'll work with you. Honestly, I think that's the best way I learn. But we live in a society where they force you to go through this route. If I could never go to school and become an engineer, I would do it. But that's not how our current life works, and we have to follow the system that they've already built. I knew that if I want to play Division 1, I have to be good with education. So I went to community college and I was passing all my classes, pretty much setting myself up for God's blessings. I can't be here and be praying for God to give me a professional contract, but I'm not training. I can't be saying, praying to God, God help me, if you can help me sign a D1 contract at the university, and I don't have any highlight reel, I don't send emails to coaches, I don't train with teams that may help the coach see that, okay, this guy's trying, this guy plays at a high level. If you're not doing any of that, you're limiting yourself so much more. But I'm putting myself in the right positions to receive God's blessings, because God's waiting to bless us whenever we want. And the reason why I made this video is because just to show you, even though I wrote these plans down, I had no idea what was going to happen. I had not the slightest bit of clue. This was all faith. I prayed on it, I wrote it down, and I prayed on it. And I kept praying every day, training, praying, training. I didn't know what was going to happen, but it's the faith that I had the Most High was going to be there for me whenever I needed to move forward. Before I came to my Division 1 school, I felt like I was hitting a wall. It was my third year with Houston FC, and I was like, I'm not going anywhere. I think that was the first time that I was really at my lowest point. But God blessed me with the opportunity to come to a Division I school. Like, even when I think about it, it's completely a miracle. The fact that the coach even accepted me to try out. And at the time when I first came, he knew I wasn't good enough, but he believed that I could become good enough. The odds of that was actually super crazy. And, you know, I just thank him every day for it. But looking back and reflecting on what I had done before, maybe you who's watching this, maybe you have even if it's not soccer, even if it's something else in your life, I'd highly recommend you just sit down, make a plan, keep praying on it, and believe and trust in the Most High. And everything is lining up. Everything is lining up. Right now, my last collegiate soccer semester, I was on a full ride practically. I did not have to pay for my tuition. I did not have to pay for my housing. All of that was fully covered, which would be considered a full ride, pretty much. And today I'm at a point where I'm now looking for professional soccer contracts, and at the same time I'm a senior at my university. Now in all this, I don't know what's going to happen next, but I just keep trusting in the Most High. If today the Most High inspired me not to play soccer again, hang up the boots, I will be perfectly fine with it. Whenever you trust in His process, everything goes so much smoother. Because if I wanted to do things my own way, maybe I would have quit soccer a long time ago. But because I kept faith, kept pushing, God kept rewarding me. And I don't regret for a single moment the amount of time it took me to get to this point, because of all the connections, all the cool people, amazing people that I've met, that God put in my life. Even certain teammates that maybe to the day I die, I'm probably gonna be close friends with them. But all of these variables had to happen that I could be placed with them, you know, meet them in my journey, in my life. So I'm gonna wrap this video up. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. And yeah, stay motivated, keep thriving. At the end of the day, you know, there's so much power that God has given us. And whenever we trust Him, we even receive more. And yeah, I just wanted to, for anybody who's feeling stuck, you know, I hope this video can really help you, and I hope God can bless your journey as well. And I'll see you guys in the next video. JodabeniTV is out.
Oh, babe, you might just make me go crazy. Thinking about you like all day. I'ma need you.